If you think that a man has to buy you dinner to be worth your time, you are entitled.
It is so repulsive when men talk like that, but let me provide a little refresher on how dating works because clearly some people need it. So if a man is asking a woman out on a date and he's romantically interested in her, obviously, and he's not picking up the bill, it's not that she's entitled. It is, though, one of these 5 things. Number 1, he's not chivalrous. He's not a gentleman. Number 2, he's cheap. Number 3, he can't afford the date. Number 4, he doesn't respect women. And number 5, he doesn't see her as a prize to be won, because a man's level of interest is always correlated to his level of effort. It's always one of those 5 things.
What does it mean to be a man?
It means that no matter what you do, it's never good enough. We're supposed to pay for dinner. We're supposed to open doors for them. We're supposed to help them carry heavy stuff. We're supposed to call them ma'am. And nowadays that's insulting. It means your mental health does not fucking matter. Male suicides make up 3 times the amount of female suicides. I was in the hospital for 11 days on suicide watch. They put me in counseling for maybe 2 months, and then they just sent me on my way. And guys don't open up about their problems because nobody fucking cares. You're just told to get up and walk it off. So why even bother opening up about it, right? It means every time you meet a woman, she automatically thinks that you could possibly be a predator and they have to carry pepper spray and tasers to defend themselves against you. No matter how good we are, a woman could easily just divorce us, take half our money and our kids. If you're unhappy in a relationship, that's your own damn problem. But if a woman's unhappy in a relationship, that's also your fucking problem. Basically, you better be able to provide or you're a loser.
Men should stay far away from women who are like Blue Jasmine. The woman that got up there and said that her ex still pays for her bills and stuff like that. Fellas, stay far away from women who are like that. Alright? I checked out her interview on Kevin Samuel's show, and she's basically entitled. No accountability whatsoever. And you guys are basically getting with women who are like that. So what man in his right mind will want to get with a woman that feels entitled to things just because she's pretty, just because she exists on this earth? Right? Makes absolutely no sense. So fellas, stay away from these women who are entitled and feel as if like they should get a reward and you owe them things because they're pretty and because they exist.
There are 2 things that men can't control about their body. One is their height, and the other one is the size of their you-know-what. So my question is it considered body shaming when a woman says she won't date a man under a certain height or a man with a certain length of his you-know-what? Because a lot of men out there raise the counter argument that when men discriminate against women for their weight, that's considered body shaming, but when women do it against men in terms of their height, it's not considered body shaming.
Okay guys, got a lot to unpack here as the sun is coming down in Vegas. The sun is setting, so I'm going to try to step out of that so you can at least see my face while still getting a pretty decent view of the strip from my hotel room. But we got a lot to dissect here. So let's start with the last girl's video. She was talking about how she will not date any guy who is not 6 feet or above, right? Many of these girls will also say, I will not date a guy who is not 6 inches or longer in the pants either. And the thing that these chicks don't understand is that is out of our control as guys, right? We can't control that. That's what God gave us, and that's what we have to work with. However, these same type of chicks will completely attack men who do not want to date a woman because she's overweight, she's too fat for us, or she has purple hair, right? Or she has fake tits. Things like that that are completely in their control. Or the fact that she has a nasty attitude. Or the fact that she slept with too many guys. The fact that she's like, her vagina is like a balloon now because she's had, so many penises down there. These are things that these women can control. They are 100% in their control that they voluntarily choose to do to themselves. However, for men, when it comes to our height and the size of our penis, we cannot control that. That's just what we have. That's what we have to work with. But you got to love this double standard that women have, where they immediately start attacking us for our little pee-pee or the fact that we're not 6 feet and above. And whenever we try to tell them that we don't want to date a woman who weighs more than us, or we don't want to date a chick who has purple hair, or who has short hair, who cuts it all off, chops it all off, or who has like those gnarly like hooker nails that I see a lot of these girls having now. I don't know, but in any case, those are things that are all in your control that you can easily change, right? But we cannot change our height or the size of our penis without some sort of surgery, and most guys should not, because that's like very dangerous. But yeah, you gotta love that double standard. The other point that I will just jump to, I know we had a few guys in between who were talking about entitled women and how it's just crazy that things have gotten to this level where these chicks think that they're so deserving of like all this praise and admiration without bringing anything into the table in return, and much less having done any effort or work to deserve that admiration or entitlement. And it's like, I've always said that about modern women and feminists. It's like they just want you to immediately respect them, immediately praise them and pedestalize them for no other reason than they have a vagina between their legs. They don't want to have to do the work. They don't want to have to put in any effort. They don't want to have to work for anything. They just expect you and even demand that you respect them and praise them and pedestalize them just because, and just because what? Just because you're female? And this is just what I always call them out for, is just complete narcissism. I mean, really, they are. If you look up the textbook definition of what a narcissist is on Google, right? The textbook definition of the symptoms of a narcissist, you will see a modern woman's like personality verbatim, right? If you look at any of these chicks I cover on my channel, and you look up, you compare them to the pure definition of what a narcissist is, right? Wanting unearned praise, the like unearned entitlements, and just grandiosity, and like egotism and self-centeredness, selfishness, and can't take criticism. I mean, everything verbatim. It hits each bullet point of being a narcissist verbatim. A modern woman, right? A modern woman's personality verbatim will match, literally, and I'm not even joking, literally match verbatim the symptoms of what a narcissist is, right? If you look at the top 10 symptoms or behavioral traits of a narcissist on Google, you'll be very surprised to see that most modern women hit all 10 of these bullet points to the T, right? Big surprise, big surprise. Now going back to the first woman's TikTok rant, who said that if you don't pay for the date, that you're cheap, you probably can't afford it, and yada yada yada. Before we get into what she actually said, let's make a few things clear. This chick is a dating coach. She's still single. She's in her mid-30s. I believe she's 35 or 36. She's got the inflated lips. She hasn't gone to duck level lips yet, but I'm pretty sure she will at some point, right? Some of these chicks, like, they can't get enough of those duck lips, so I'm pretty sure she'll go to the duck lip. She'll start inflating those duck lips even more as the years catch up to her. But she, in her rant, okay, the single 35-year-old dating coach, who actually got flaked on not that long ago, because I did one of her other TikToks about 6 months ago, got flaked on by some dude, right? Twice, I believe. I don't know. In any case, she is saying that if the man does not pay for your dinner, that he is cheap, he can't afford it. First of all, let's get that out of the way, because just because you're not willing to pay for her dinner doesn't mean you're cheap or you can't afford it. It just means that you don't see any value there. You don't see any ROI, right? You don't see any reason to. Right? I mean, different if you just want to be a nice guy and pay for it, whatever, and you don't think, you know that you're not going to get anything out of that. That's on you, right? That's on you. I mean, but if the chick clearly is poor company, spends the entire dinner talking about herself, never asks you a single question, expects you to take her somewhere else after, while basically showing you no interest at all, why should the guy, reciprocate? Right? I mean, but again, I mean, in fairness, I mean, you should vet the girl before you even go to dinner. So why are you even going to dinner with this girl, right? You should have already gone on a coffee date. You should have already, even if you couldn't do that, you should have FaceTimed at least, right? So you know what you're dealing with. That way you can filter out these chicks before you invest, not only your money, but your time into a date. I mean, for me, it's not even about the money. It's the time, right? I don't really care about a $30, $40 dinner. That really doesn't mean anything to me at this point. Back in the day when I was broke, I mean, yeah, that meant a whole lot, man. $40, it's like, that's a lot of money to me back then, and I mean, now that I'm much older and, financially I've done well, it's not the money, it's not that. It's the time. So for me, it's the time. It's like, if I'm going to invest time in going on this dinner date with you, I don't want to sit there and hear you talk about yourself for 2 hours straight. I don't want to sit there and, eat my food while watching you text on your phone the entire time, right? I don't want to sit there while you're, taking selfies at our table for your Snapchat or your IG. I don't want to sit there and be part of that. Unless you're taking a photo of both of us. But a lot of these girls aren't. It's all about them. Okay? And at that point, that's when you start to go, hey, this is kind of a bad investment. And a lot of guys, you should just be thankful if they don't just get up and leave your ass there. Because I know a lot of guys, especially today, who will do that. Just get up and just walk out that door, right? And there's so many times I can think back when I was younger. I mean, and this was even before cell phones, where the chick was just sitting there being a brat, acting like, like it was my job to carry on the conversation and my job to, take care of the bill, my job to do everything, while she sits there being a complete asshole, and I literally mean that. Some of these girls were not even nice. And it's like, I regret not just getting up and leaving you there, right? And I did do that to one girl, right? Which I don't regret doing, because she was not being nice to me, and sadly that girl has passed away, so I don't want to dump on her, but but that was the one time I remember. And so you can't just sit there and expect these guys, as a modern female, because that's apparently what this chick is, right? She's 35, still single. She's a dating coach. That tells you what? She's a modern female, because she didn't settle down. She didn't get married. She didn't have kids. She's still out there, man. She's still out there trying to find her partner while giving horrific advice to other women, telling other women like, hey, you should expect this guy to pay for you. You should expect this guy to do this. You should expect this guy to be chivalrous. And it's like, dude, you know what? That was all fine and dandy in the 1950s. The same decade that so many of you modern females constantly piss on. Like, no, not going back to my being in chains, ball and chain. I'm not going back to that. I'm not going back to that archaic time, you Neanderthal. Oh, but you want men to still act like that. No, doesn't work that way. If you want chivalrous men, guess what? You gotta act like a lady, right? A man cannot be chivalrous towards a 304. Man cannot be chivalrous for a leftover, mouthy, middle-aged, divorced single mom. Because she's already proven her value. She's already proven, that she has none, right? So there's a lot of hypocrisy in this girl's rant, but I'm going to let you guys tear her apart in the comment section. So go ahead and drop your comments below. Share anything that I might have missed in the comments below. Share with the tribe, and any experiences you've had dating entitled women like this. Share them in the comments below. Any dates that you had where the girl was just on her phone the entire time and you just regret not getting up and walking right out. Or if you did, let me know what happened. Drop your comments below. Did you get some nasty messages when you got home? Was she texting you when you're driving home like, hey, what about me? How am I going to get home? Let me know your story. Share your stories below, guys, as always. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secret, signing out here from top of Vegas. Got an excellent view, as always, and always love to share it with you guys. So don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe to my channel, so please make sure you subscribe as well. And for all of you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you, yes, you, talking to you, how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that I am teaching all of my students out there, all around the world now, to go out there and approach and close every single week. And believe me when I tell you, we are making it happen every single week, no matter what type of divisiveness is going on out in the world, what type of erroneous is going on out there, or who's in the White House, it doesn't matter, right? We are continuing to live our lives to and at the highest level. Okay, and I want you to become one of us. I want you to join us, and it's real easy to get signed up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. I'm out from Vegas, here for the month, as always. Just kind of escaping LA for a bit and doing a few private boot camps while I'm out here. And actually went out last night, so I'm losing my voice a bit. But here, up and shooting content for you. And got an excellent view, as you can see. There goes the Bellagio behind me. They had the fountains on earlier. Cosmo Hotel, where I used to stay previously. Haven't stayed there in a while. And of course, the Eiffel Tower. No need to go to Paris. Got the Eiffel Tower right there. And Planet Hollywood behind me. And the Las Vegas Strip, as well as the Miracle Mall, Aria, Luxor in the distance, Mandalay Bay. It's a great, fun place to be. And if you've never been to Vegas, you should check it out. So until next time.